met her in the fall. He took her to a movie, and when they done it all.
Hello and welcome to the Fabulous Picture Show. I'm Amanda Palmer. This week at the Everyman Cinema Club, we're screening the documentary A Slim Piece, directed by Yael Luttwak. Well, it's a fascinating look at a group of Israeli and Palestinian women and what happens when they're united by one goal: to lose weight. Also coming up, we meet the woman willing to risk her life for Quentin Tarantino.
She can die.
We get a trough-side seat at the Speed Eating Championship in Taxidermia. And in the Order of the Phoenix, Harry Potter gets his first job, leader of a rebellion.
If Voldemort's building up an army, then I want to fight.
But first to France to pay homage to the children's classic The Red Balloon, which won the Cannes Palme d'Or in 1956. Well, 5 decades on, it's been restored to its former glory. The story of the lonely boy who's befriended by a red balloon is one of the most famous short films in the world. Written and directed by Albert Lamarice, that little boy was his own son, Pascal. But he'd grown up quite a bit when I met him, with his own daughter, Lisa. When did you first see the red balloon?
Quand tu avais 4 ans, when she was 4 years old.
Why did your father want to make that film?
Because it was in his heart. My father would invent a story a day. When we were at lunch, he would tell us a story, and the next day we'd ask for another story. And that's one of the stories he enjoyed and that we enjoyed, and he decided to make a movie out of it.
As well as its Cannes win, The Red Balloon also took an Oscar for Best Screenplay, even though it has no dialogue. The film instead used poetic lyricism and iconic cinematography to tell the story of loneliness, friendship, and the power of imagination.
It's like oxygen for that little kid. For me, you know, I understand. The red balloon is something that he needs. It's something of the heart. It's that special attention that changes everything.
In the new film, Flight of the Red Balloon, Taiwanese director Ho Xiaoqian updated the themes of the original for modern-day Paris. For this film, the red balloon has a very different role. Did you want that?
小孩好像自由，其实没有自由。
Kids nowadays don't actually enjoy freedom. It looks like they can do everything, but actually, they have so much pressure from family and society. Both films were shot in Paris, in the once working-class area, Belleville.
The first frame of the movie, The Red Balloon,
Yeah.
it is this building.
This building.
Yes.
I met Nemo, the original stencil artist who was so inspired by the red balloon, he transformed his Belleville neighbourhood. To me, the old balloon means freedom. What's it mean
If you
to
will.
you?
If you will. For me, if I have a lot of interpretations,
You don't mind?
yes.
Now the original has been restored to its full colour glory, the once young star hopes it will continue to inspire children of all ages.
The red balloon is universal. It's like, you know, everybody should have a happy dream.
While the red balloon shows the beauty of childhood innocence, the Hungarian film Taxidermia shows how disgusting human beings can be. If you've eaten or you're about to, here's fair warning.
No one really knows what to make of Taxidermia. Starting during the grim days of the Second World War, it uses amazing cinematography to tell the story of 3 generations of one family and lovingly detail the grosser side of life. The second part follows a champion speed eater who grows up to be the pride of communist Hungary. It's a satire on life under communism and shocked the man who made it.
This film was a surprise for me after we finished. I was face to face my subject, what is important for me. And I think the human, what is the difference of the human and the animal?
Speed eating made actor Gergely Trúcsányi ask himself the same question.
It's made up of mushrooms, gelatin, onions and meat. It was extremely disgusting to eat, and we often spat it out. Once or twice, I came close to puking.
His character falls in love with a female speed eater, played by social worker turned actress Yael Luttwak. She thinks Taxidermy's absurdities accurately reflect life in communist Hungary.
There was a saying that Hungary was the happiest prison camp in the Soviet bloc.
But it's the final part about a lonely taxidermist that's by far the darkest.
I didn't want to use horror effect. I just wanted to speak present, and the naturally became a horroristic.
György Pálffy is one of many young directors examining their communist past and its impact on Eastern Europe today. The Lives of Others won an Oscar for its depiction of life in East Germany. And Children of Glory, about Hungary's 1956 revolt against the Soviet Union, was a huge domestic hit.
Something is in the air in the Eastern European countries. This generation was adolescent already after the political changes. So that is a completely different approach how to see the world and how to handle different subjects.
Acum 16 ani a început la București Revoluția din decembrie 89.
1208 east of Bucharest is about a small town questioning who took part in Romania's revolution.
Deci toți au băut ca porci toată noaptea în barul de la parterul blocului meu și nu mai facă el pe viteazul acum că mănâncă căcat degeaba.
The film's young director also missed the historic moment.
I was 14 years old and I was playing ping pong in the morning, and when I get home after 12:08, all my family, they were in front of the TV. And
Fellow Romanian Cătălin Mitălescu's film is also about the last days of the old regime.
I have friends which are doing the same things like me, and I can tell that we are a generation. We are growing now the cinema.
They may be from the same generation, but the director of Taxidermia has a unique vision, which isn't to everyone's taste.
Because few self-respecting films want to go up against boy wizard Harry Potter, we've only got one coming attraction this time.
Things at Hogwarts are far worse than I feared.
In the fifth and far from final film, a nasty witch takes over Hogwarts, bans anything resembling fun, and denies the existence of Harry's nemesis and threat to wizard kind, Voldemort.
You have been told that a certain dark wizard is at large. This is a lie.
It's not a lie, I saw it.
So Harry does what any hero would do. He starts his own guerrilla army of teenage wand wavers.
You're a really good teacher, Harry.
At the London premiere, however, 17-year-old heartthrob Daniel Radcliffe was troubled by ominous signs.
It's not a good sign, but hopefully this doesn't set the tone for the reaction for the film.
The ministry's going to have a full uprising on their hands.
No pressure, this new grim and gritty look Potter only has to top the $890 million box office of the last.
If Voldemort's building up an army, then I want to fight.
And be more interesting than the 7th and final book, also out very soon.
Right. She's got to marry Ron. They've got to have lots of beautiful babies. She's got to have a really good career.
Who are you and what have you done with Hermione Granger?
But before she does that, Hermione must join the guerrilla leader Potter to battle Voldemort's army of British acting talent. In part 2, we're screening the documentary A Slim Piece with filmmaker Yael Luttwak. Now, it's about Palestinian and Israeli women losing weight, and it's a comedy.
It's a comedy, exactly, Amanda. It's the real problem in the Middle East, weight loss.
Clearly, and you cope with it admirably.
Thank you. It's meant to be a different way into the Middle East, a different look, and for people to be able to see things they haven't ever seen before, and hopefully, through their waistlines, empathize. And make a better reality.
Well, it is much more than a comedy, but they'll get to find out in part 2.
He met her in the